Shalom. This is Sincere Milk of Yahweh Sap, Lion's Den. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yashuada in Jacksonville, Florida. First, I'd like to say a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akims, and to the women and children. Kal Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Ha Rokak Rodash Mahamath. In the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and truth. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder Hawan. Salutations to the Akims who are on the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. And to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, well, the Spirit moved me to do this lesson because I have family that are teachers. Some of them were teachers, and some are becoming the new teachers of tomorrow. And this Brighteon.com, a woman's going to talk about how children are being indoctrinated, but I can't play it because then they will block and delete my YouTube. So I'm just going to play a little bit of what she has to say, and then I'll go into the lesson. The title of this lesson, To the New Teachers of Tomorrow, God is near at hand. Listen to this.
All right, welcome everybody. Tonight we are interviewing Mel K. She is a powerful force in independent media. She's been covering all the important topics across the globe: the economic collapse, the revolts against globalism, the indoctrination of children. She is found at themelkshow.com, and her channel on Rumble is The Mel K Show as well. A lot of her videos are also cross-posted on a Brighteon and BitChute and other platforms. But Mel, it's an honor to have you on. Finally, I get to interview you. This is the first time we've been able to do this. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Mike. You're one of the best voices and one of the people I follow myself every single day. So it's an honor to be here and to be on the level of your amazing work. So I really appreciate you having me.
Oh, well, you're very welcome, and I think you give me too much credit. I don't know about you, but I just feel like we're just each of us doing what makes sense. I mean, how can we stay silent given what's going on? Give us your impression of sort of what are we up against in terms of humanity versus what's happening to our world?
Well, basically, it's my understanding from all the work I've done and really digging into the last 50 years of just, I think we've been greatly deceived by our leaders or chosen leaders or our selected leaders, whatever that may be. And I fully believe that our country has been usurped by this oligarchy of billionaires and trillionaires. And I say trillionaires because a lot of the people that are involved in the Davos crew and the crown that is still very active in our country are people that also know how to launder money and hide money, and they have NGOs all over the world, and they have their nonprofits and their trusts, and there's been several large wealth transfers, including the 2008 crash, which I believe was manipulated. You know, they have the central bank digital currency they want to pull off. I think that we have been looted, all of our countries, by the IMF and by these massive loans and these bailouts that are all just go back to laundered to the same exact people at the very top. You know, we know who they are. I saw yesterday that one of the World Economic Forum heads put out a statement that they want people to stop talking about the World Economic Forum, which I will never stop doing. and I have to say, it's very hard to look at it and not realize that it's global. We have been dealing with a total global situation where our countries, not just ours, many countries throughout the world have gone into this debt slavery model, and the people at the very top, they are very focused on.
I'm going to leave it right there, okay? Because she's going to get into some words that will block and delete my YouTube. But the other thing I want to say, we Hebrew Israelites, we use scripture, okay, to see and to prophesy or even judge the things that we see with our eyes in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So when I see these whistleblowers, Edomites, right? She could be an Edomite. I don't know. Maybe he could be one too. But they are Edomites. These are whistleblowers that what they do is they share a little bit of truth. And at the end of their issue, their remedy is to change governments, right? Still keep the Edomites, just change them because they're too bad, they're too wicked, they're too revealing, okay? But she talks in this video how they're going to be bringing new social workers into the schools, right? To make sure that the children are being indoctrinated. And then you who are becoming new teachers, you're going to be taking some new psychology on how to confuse children more. My advice to the so-called Negros, Latinos, American speckled birds who are studying to become teachers, to walk away from that kind of business. You know, you'd be better off becoming a fitness trainer or a housekeeper or look for something else, but walk away. I want to go to Job, title chapter 21, verse 22. Shall any teach Yahweh knowledge, seeing he judge those that are high? Huh? Okay. For those of you who are going to Christian college or Christian schools, right, which are really Catholics, right, teaching you the Egyptian way, right, worshiping those fake gods, right, paganism. I want to go to Roman, right, something for you to think about. Can you teach God? Do you have something you can teach him? Let me go to Roman. Give me a minute. Verse 11. Chapter 11, verse 34. Slakia. For who has known the mind of Yahweh, or who has been his counselor? Verse 35. Or who has first given to him, and it shall be recompensate unto him again. Okay? Now the reason I'm bringing these verses because one time when I was living in a small island called Aruba, I saw what the new teachers who are going to become teachers, since they were learning from the Christian schools that they were going to learn to be teachers, they had to go to a Catholic priest and spend a couple of weeks with him at his place, right? And I said, that's kind of interesting. What they talk about or what they do, no one knows. Well, anyway, just want to throw that out there. Verse 30. Oh, wait, Sraka. Isaac. That's what I want to go to. Looking. Give me a minute. Isaiah, chapter 40. Verse 13. Who has directed the Spirit of Yahweh, or being his counselor, has taught him. Verse 14. With whom took he counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge, and showed to him the way of understanding. If you're going to become teachers, and you went to a Christian school or college, and you're going to be teaching children's, right? Don't you think that it's important that you know what you're going to be teaching, from whom it's coming from? Who these people are teaching you to teach? Okay? Something to think about. And we're going to get to that. I want to go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. Give me a minute. Looking. Chapter 2, verse 15. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. Get ready. Verse 16, for who has known the mind of Yahweh, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Yahweh Shai. Now you notice that when you are going to these Christian schools, they will never tell you that. They will never say that the Father's name is Yahweh, and that the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, and that he's a tall, dark-skinned man, woody hair. They show you that Jesus, right, with blue eyes, long blonde hair, and high heels. Okay, and when I say high heels, I don't say that as a joke. They're the ones that brought that wickedness to us when they raped our people. But see, you won't be teaching the truth about history, because when you have the true name of the Father and the Son, you have the true Spirit, and you speak and you teach in truth. You're not going to do that. You see? Moving on to Job. Where are you? Give me a minute. I'm looking. Here we go. Verse 36. Chapter 36, verse 22. Behold, Yahweh exhort by his power, who teaches like him. Verse 23. Who has enjoined him his ways? Or who can say, thou hast brought iniquity? Yahweh and Yahweh Shai has not brought no wickedness, right? If anything, they have shown us through the Son, Yahweh Shai, the truth of who is the wicked, who are the children of Satan, right? That they call themselves so-called white, right? Or Caucasian. In the Bible, they know as Edomites, okay? And by the way, you who are going to become teachers for tomorrow's children, you know that the school is owned by corporations. And you know that these corporations that owns them are the people who have a lot of money that's going to pay for you to teach wickedness. Again, I'm going to repeat this. This goes out to the so-called Negros, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds, right? Remember, they're going to want you that if you want to teach, and since you took a loan to become a teacher, you got to pay that back, right? That you're going to have to take the mark, right? They're going to say, if you don't tell your old mother, they're going to throw you in jail. FEMA camp. Something to think about. I went to verse 23 already. Yes, I did. I'm moving on to now Jeremiah. Chapter 23, verse 18. For who has stood in the counsel of Yahweh, and has perceived and hear his words? Who has marked his word and hear it? Verse 19. Behold, a whirlwind of Yahweh is gone forth in fury, even in graciousness, whirlwind. It shall fall graciously upon the head of the wicked. What do you think is going to happen to you who's been taught to be a teacher and to teach to the children of tomorrow? You who went to these Christian colleges and were taught by the wicked. You celebrate their paganism holidays, right? You still are mingling and hanging out. Some of you are even married to Edomites, having children, thinking that, hey, these are my children, I love them. You're going to see the snake who they really are when the second shutdown comes. Moving on Verse 20, the anger of Yahweh shall not return until he has executed, until he have performed the thought of his heart, of his mind, in the latter days. Yea, shall consider it perfectly. You're not considering what's about to happen to you so-called Negros, Latinos, Americans, and speckled birds. How ugly things are going to get. Winter's around the corner. People already around the world, the electricity is getting turned off. Right? People that cannot even get food. Right? Moving on to, give me a minute. Verse 21. I have not sent these prophets, yet they run. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesy. Verse 22. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way and from the ways of their doing. 23. I am a God at hand, said Yahweh, and not a God afar off. 24. Can any hide himself in secret places that I should not see him? Said Yahweh, do not I fill heaven and earth? Said Yahweh. Verse 25. I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesies lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Sounds like Martin Luther King, I have a dream. Verse 26. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophet that prophesies lie? Yet they are prophets of the deceit of their own hearts, of their own mind. Verse 27. Here's how you know who's a false prophet. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. You know him as Jesus, right? Or other names that is not Paleo ancient Hebrew name. Yahweh the Father and Yahweh Shai the Son. Right? They can't say these names because it will go against them. It will reveal the demon spirit they have in them. But yet, you were told to go to these Christian colleges, right? That they're going to guide you, they're going to teach you, okay? And now the truth has come out around the world, right? And it started all the way from our Bibbins in the 1960s, One West, and then GMS, and it went on down, okay? And I'm in the camp out here in Jacksonville with Lions Den, okay, Howard One, who's been also doing it for many years, all right? Not only here, but he's been all in Philly, okay? He moved around as well. I want to go to Job chapter 41, verse 11. Who has prevented me that I should repay him? Whosoever is under the whole heaven is mine. Huh? Do the Christian school tell you the name, the ancient name in Paleo Hebrew? No. Do they tell you that the so-called white, or they call themselves Caucasians, then in the Bible they are Edomites? Do they allow you to teach with books? about the truth of slavery in so-called America that happened to the so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, and speckled birds? Do they tell you who they are, how they look like? Right? They call them Africans, Puerto Rican, Cubans, Arubians, Mexicans, Haitian, Jamaican, Venezuela, Mexicans, Colombians. I mean, I can go on, man. They don't tell you these things. It's time for you to open up your eyes because Yahweh Shai is near at hand. That's the kind I didn't put his name on this title. I put the title God and not Yahweh Shai. So you Christians can open it up. I want to go to Psalm chapter 24. Verse 1. The earth is Yahweh, and the foodness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Verse 2, for he has founded it upon the sea and established it upon the flood. Floods. Verse 3, who shall ascend into the hills of Yahweh? Who shall stand in his holy place? I mean, you should know by now where this is going to. Verse 4, he that has clean hands and a pure heart, a pure mind, who has not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. Huh? Yahweh Shai has a pure heart. He has a perfect body, right? When Yahweh Shai comes back with the angels and those so-called UFOs when they're chariots, right? He's coming only and first for the 144,000 chosen elect. I hope and pray that I'm one of them. But when he does that, he's going to give the new perfect spiritual body, the pure heart, the pure hands, the clean hands, that know all the truth of what these wicked Edomites have done in the past and present. And he's going to put a stop to it. He's going to remove their kingdom and put them into slavery for 1,000 years. And then after that, extermination because of their wickedness. I want to go to Job 17, verse 9. Now I hope that the people that I know that are part of my family receive this and send it out to the family of Aruba so they can be saved. Verse 9, right? I said Job chapter 17, verse 9. The righteous also shall hold on his ways, and he that has clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. Woo! Those who do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in sincerity and truth to the best of their ability and speak the truth through the Holy Spirit, okay, in faith. All right? You will know them by the Spirit. I'm going to leave it with Psalm chapter 24, verse 4. And I'm going to go down to all the way to 6. He that has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor swear deceitfully. Verse 5. He shall receive the blessing from Yahweh and righteousness from Yahweh of his salvation. Wow. That Jesus can do it. Okay? That's Caesar Borgia. You can Google it. There's a documentary YouTube on him. Okay? He's a son of a pope, a rapist, and a murderer. Right? He raped, murdered his own sister and his brother. Verse 6. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Israel. See? So I hope that this was edifying. And with that, I'll say, Shalom.